Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. First things first, hang in there, get it? It's so cute. I've been finding a lot more plant and flower shirts lately, so I decided that when I film, I'm just gonna wear them because I match the couch, it's a vibe right now. We're on trend, we're on theme, I love it. Anyway, the point of today's video is that even though gardening is still a little bit away for some of us, including the ones here in 6A, I wanted to make this video for one of two reasons. One, I feel like as a beginner gardener, it could be very overwhelming to search the tools that you need online to get started. And there's a mass amount of information out there that can be very overwhelming. So I just wanted to make this a very simple list of things that you absolutely need as a gardener. And I'm sure there's people who disagree with me and may think that you don't need these things, but these are things that I have reached for almost every single day in the garden. So that's why I wanted to include those on the list. I have some of them indoors with me here, and then some of them are outside, and I will just include a picture of those here or here so you guys can know what I'm talking about. And the second reason is that I have wanted new garden tools for a while, at least the basic ones. I've wanted to purchase new ones because the ones that I have are very old and rusty, not in the best condition anymore. So I just wanted to buy replacements for those as well. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. So the first tool that I would recommend are gloves. Now, I don't like using gardening gloves, so to say that I use them all the time would be a little hypocritical because I don't. But I highly recommend them if you're not familiar with the soil that you're working in, or if you moved to a brand new place or something like that. If you've never worked in your soil before, or you've never done a soil test, then I would definitely recommend using gloves because there could be some very harmful bacteria existing in soil if you don't know what's going on down there. So I would recommend gardening gloves. That, and if you have longer nails, I don't really have nails, but if you do have longer nails, getting dirt from underneath your nails every time you're in the garden can be pretty tedious sometimes. So I would just recommend using gloves because it makes it for a much easier cleanup. And these are nice because you could just wash them and then lie them flat to dry, and then they're good to go. So the second, third, and fourth on this list are all in this little trio because I haven't taken them out the package yet because I wanted to show you guys how adorable they were. But every gardener needs a fork, a trowel or hand shovel, and a pair of shears. A pair of shears is probably the most important, honestly, but these two right here are ones that I literally use every single day in the garden, whether you need to dig something up or you need to till a little bit of soil. These are super helpful. And then I also like the narrow handles because then you can just use it to make a hole in the soil to put your seeds in, which is really nice as well. So that's another reason why I use these. And then of course a pair of gardening shears for the thicker things that are harder to cut. Like I have rose bushes in my backyard, so garden shears are very good for that. And look at this pattern, isn't it just adorable? Like I just thought it was so cute, I had to get it. And then also when you're using your shears, you want to make sure that you are washing and sanitizing them before and after using them on your plants, because you are basically giving your plant a fresh wound and you don't want to introduce any bacteria to your garden. So the fifth one on the list is it's not a necessity at all, but I think it's very helpful, and it is a garden weeder. So it's just this guy right here. And so it has this little fork at the end, and basically you just take it to the root of the weed and pull it up and out. And it's very nice because some weeds are very hard to pull out in their entirety, and this little guy definitely makes it a lot easier to do that as well. Next one up on the list is just a regular old shovel, and those can be very helpful if you're moving a big amount of compost, not a big amount, but like a medium amount of compost or wood shavings or like anything like that, or if you need to dig a pretty decent sized hole, then having a regular sized shovel is very helpful in that as well. Next up on the list is a garden rake, and those just make cleanup a lot easier, especially if you have any trees in your yard. Cleaning up the fallen leaves definitely make that a lot easier. Second to last on this list is going to be a garden hose, and especially one with an adjustable water pressure head, because then you can adjust how much pressure you're giving each individual plant, because obviously some plants require more water. Like tomatoes, they're very water heavy. They require a lot more water than a different plant like peppers would, because peppers actually don't than peppers, because peppers don't really like to be watered that frequently. So having a garden hose with an adjustable head is very helpful. And then the last one on this list would be a wheelbarrow, especially if you have a lot of gardening space and have to carry mass amounts of wood shavings, compost, soil, especially if you have like tall garden beds or anything like that. If you have logs that you're adding to your raised beds, anything like that, having a wheelbarrow makes it a lot easier, because you could put a lot in there and then just wheel it to where it needs to be. And I definitely need to get one this year, because I don't have one, and I feel like that's going to be the next garden thing that I that I buy for myself. Also, if you see a little shadow in the background, my 2-year-old decided to grace me with his presents. So he's chilling next to me, waving the garden weeder around. Right? Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.